And after that, they are kind of stuck.
Sort of yin and yang draft coming up against Bolzan. I'm not gonna try. And CML. Did you have a nice combo though? That's a lot of magic damage. CML's got to be really careful. The right click coming through the blood grenade at the very tail end of his life. TK now slowed up. We already know how slow Crystal Maiden is before blood grenade, and after it's like just sadness. Got a color. Now they rotate a couple supports on the side of Execration top. They're gonna target TK, who can't get away from Lewis at all. And Abat using that Phantasm. Gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Now I didn't know safety bubble worked on the illusions, and I think Abat kind of overstayed his welcome here. They do have Zhang Yu using all of the spells from the Primal Lings, and I mean, the damage is going to be there. It's just a matter of time, I think, but maybe not. He got one crit, throw it back. They get the kill onto the Marcy, and Zhang Yu comes out of the out of the Primal Split form. He's not doing too hot. You bring TK in as well, but it's going to be Lewis with that kill with the Solar Bind as well. Lewis with that urn. I mean, you didn't
to outrun the Primal's splits. Just standing there, standing his ground, hitting things, using Reality Rift to get even extra armor reduction and some extra life steal because of it. And now he's full HP, full mana, going for it.
DVD going up a high ground. He does have no ward, but it's going to be about coming in as well. The Chaos Knight helping out Shanks. Now, Tino rotates from that bottom lane, getting the kill onto Lee Quinn, and Team Bright are not playing like this series is that important, honestly. They pop a ward down as well. They're going to be able to make the play. Is Shanks going to be the target? I'm not quite sure who they want to go for here. Zhang Yu again has arrived. They go down onto the low ground. Shanks burst it up immediately. They throw out the Chain Frost, but it's onto a bunch of Brewlings. Who really cares? Except for the bounces are really bad, really not favorable at all. Finally, it goes down, but the Lich CML pays for trying to make a play happen with his ultimate ability. And that's 10 bounces allegedly. Uh-oh, top Ukiyo getting gone on by both Tino and Lewis. You got one more blast with the Pulverize. You slam him down, and you get another slam 6 feet under with the Grin Stove on top of it.
I love the voice line from Queen Imperia. There's no...
Abat bottom. The QE DVD wants a little bit of revenge. You can't really TP out of that one. That was, you know, optimism is something that can be... I guess I didn't know how to quantify it beforehand, and Lee Quinn doesn't know how to quantify his life. He won't need to either. Hold on a minute. I think those... That is the saddest shit that you can look at when you're a Crystal Maiden, is just as Maelstrom finished up. I can't remember the last time I saw Maelstrom TA. And top lane, there's going to be a fight breaking out here. Abat pops that BKB. QE DVD has to get out of there, but has to help with the Primal Split. And Tino charging in. He's upset that he was lifted up into the air. The target is QE DVD. There's an Earth Panda stun coming out, but nowhere near enough damage to survivability. TK walks in, pops the ultimate, and dies. And that sequence of events exactly. Now the Earth Panda gonna be the target here. Blinks out immediately. Lewis forced stuff up onto the high ground. They get the vessel and the blast backward. A very nice play. The Orchid as well. He's silenced, controlled, pulled, and mauled to death. And the Tormentor goes alongside him as well.
Game. Who do you jump on Brewmaster to kill? Primal Beast, you're not killing him.
No, Dewey DVD. You're definitely killing him. You have more than enough heroes. The tier 2 dive that actually pans out. Execration do the impossible, Kawaii.
Into Lesh, who potentially will buy a shard if he needs it for high ground defense. You're going into traps from Temple Assassin.
Smoke play. This is not going to be good for Team Bright. Blinks in immediately on the Zhang Yu. He finds out CML. Purges off that Glimmer Cape, and now it's the Chaos Knight thrown up into the air. The Chain Frost going forward. Bounce, 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 bounce. But CML, he's dead, 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 dead. And they continue on. They want to get the kill onto Lewis. That's the target for them with the BKB going. He will get chased down here. And now the Chaos Knight turning around onto the Brewmaster that just came out of the Primal Split. It was a weird fight from Team Bright as they couldn't really get any cohesion going, and Execration kill 3. It's a triple kill for Abat. I mean, it's, you know, Mjolnir. The farming speed on this TA is accelerated somehow more so than normal. And Kiwi DVD, his life is shortened shorter than normal. TK coming through with the Blink Glimmer Cape. Not going to be that effective. The Chain Frost bouncing through, but it's going to end on of those Primal Split little Brewlings. Unfortunately, Ukiyo with the BKB has to use it to run away. Shanks went in at the very tail end, will die to the Primal Split. Will happily give his life away to get the kill on the 2 heroes in Team Bright. I'm not sure the high ground hold is here. The Illuminate coming through, but again, the Earth Panda gonna turn into a Brewmaster here in a couple of seconds. Tino has to be maybe a little bit careful. Not, he doesn't really clear. There's a Bloodthorn on the Chaos Knight. No buybacks available for Team Bright. We'll see if they can make anything happen as they continue on. The Mjolnir right-click damage from Ukiyo doing quite a bit of damage. Not anywhere near enough as Tino, and that is an instant freezing field cancel. We might be seeing a GG call here from Team Bright in just a few moments as Execration punch into this tier 3 tower. Abat on this Chaos Knight just clicking over and over and over again. But again, it's just Ukiyo. The fortification has been used. Team Bright continuing on the defense, and Execration bumping onto this melee racks. It's Abat on this Chaos Knight that is full health with the full heart and nullifier as well. If you're a support on the Radiant, you have to be terrified of the amount of damage coming through on this hero. He might just blink kill Marcy right now if Marcy's not careful. And I mean the healing from Lewis as well. Kawaii, it looks like Abat has found the target. It's going to be QE DVD on the side. It's a beautiful play. It's a double kill for the Chaos Knight. Probably didn't even need to use the BKB. But the right clicks coming out onto Ukiyo. He's feared. He is afraid. He is dead. And now they buy back onto him as well. They continue on. Execration might have to back up a little bit about getting right clicked in by Ukiyo. But the damage really, I mean, who cares, dude? This Templar assassin needs a little bit more help. He needs something, and the Primal Split might be the help that they need. And his CML taking the right clicks will eventually fall, but the BKB is going to get nullified by the Pulverize just a little bit. Ukiyo again gets a double kill, so both supports dead on the side of Execration. They continue on. It is the pull in, the onslaught forward. It's a dieback on Ukiyo. They continue on, and they have been only continuing. They have only been pushing forward, and Earth Spirit, this Primal thing, and maybe they wish it was an Earth Spirit or something with a little bit more impact. The Brewmaster out has an Assault Kiras, but he might have needed a Defense Kiras instead. There's no such thing in Dota, but there is such thing as a GG as Execration take game 1 and one of the longest high ground. Slaughter as well with the Soul Bind. Slaughter is on top of it. Double Bracer, maybe like Chrysalis might be a little bit too much, and Liquin on this Crystal Maiden getting ran down. That's a first blood in favor of Lewis, who went for the Sunstrike level 1. And Spell Lamp. It's kind of weird that Wex still gives movement speed. I think that's a little bizarre, but you know, to each their own. And top TK to each his own. Well, he is on his own. Going up through the trees, but the right click will be there. CML giving the vision. Gets a courier as well. Abat gonna have himself as 2 points in Anchor Smash. DK, he's gonna be the target, I think, every time that spells are on cooldown. But has to be a bit careful still. And yeah, no, careful really isn't in his name, is it, TK? Got slowed up. The Fire Spirit will connect, and one right click will be enough from both people in the lane to get the kill. CML also gets the or that Tide Hunter and get behind him. Lewis again, one of those, or the Invoker, one of those heroes that does a really good job at ignoring targets with the Sunstrike, with the Cold Snap. But bottom lane, it's going to be Shield Crash. They have the Sunstrike as well. It's going to be a pin perfect. And Tino with the bash out onto the Crystal Maiden, has the Frostbite, but the right click from Tino. Gonna be the care. Lewis gonna be the target of a gank here. Liquin coming in. They have the vision, the Frostbite as well. Power Shot gonna be more than enough damage And again, the focus fire, getting that kill. No TPs in from either of the supports of Execration, and that is a dead mid. Lewis kind of needs a little bit of help here. Now they bring the supports after Lewis died. So it's a 3 versus 2 engagement here. And I think that Execration might have fumbled the bag here onto this one. Shake's going to get a glimpse back. Will end up falling here. Nice stun out onto TK with the flame. The damage over time from Phoenix. Phoenix also has egg. Doesn't get the deny. Sunstrike going to kill QE DVD. Beautiful Sunstrike play. Slaughter, what's his build up? He's got Blink finished up at 12 minutes. Gonna look for an angle. There is a smoke on smoke action in the middle area. Smoke will break. CML finds it, but it's gonna be that again. The static storm onto 2. It's a burst damage, and you have no idea how squishy you are, Wind Ranger, until you have no life. And they're gonna continue on. The meatball up onto the high ground, and Tino clipping down onto the low ground. Tidehunter TP's in, but it's way too late. Has a blink of his own. Tino now Cow scouting out the Tide. I don't think you're going to get the kill, but maybe he thinks otherwise. Blink forward. Corrosive Haze was applied, but purged immediately. They get the stolen glimpse. Stolen Valor. Blinks back. He's trying to pop the Ravage, and he will do so, but not before dying to the Solar, to the Sunstrike. And the egg ends up connecting. Nice double Firefly, but the glimpse back out onto this Rubik. We'll end up getting that kill.
Thanks for playing.
Slaughter dies. They get the kill on Poised top lane. Team Bright are here as well. Tino wanting to look for that play, and they do find a Sunstrike coming out, but it's a blink. It's Static Storm onto the reverse team fight initiation there, and that was kind of obvious. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if Execration really should have gone for that play. Abbott wasn't available, but it is 3 ults, I believe, 4 ults used maybe, so they're gonna continue on. Okonyo taking a lot of damage, gives the magic burst there. I'm not quite sure. They buy back on the Phoenix as well. That tornado more than enough damage, and now Abbott has to make the play. Continuing on, this poor Crystal Maiden is dead. They know there are no teamfight ultimates, no ults left. There's a glimpse, but the pullback. That is a really funny time strike considering the situation. And Tidehunter gonna get chased down, rooted up as well, but purged off. This is kind of why the Tidehunter is very annoying to deal with. You can't really kill him, but he can't really kill anybody else. It's just a lot of damage, but eventually Execration get the kill. A really smart play from them, kind of recognizing, hey, Team Bright with a high ground. He knows that somebody's there. If they go now, TK, he's going to be the target. They blink up immediately. Chaos Knight has Dangerous for Mortality. It's going to pop. Not before getting the kill, but the blink in. The Ravage is going to hit out onto 4, onto the backline. They get the stun on to the Phoenix, so there's not going to be an egg. And now, this poor Chaos Knight with no BKB dies immediately. It's a botched play from Execration. The glimpse going to kill Tino. And I keep saying this, guys, over and over and over again. You can't just blink up a high ground. The Kraken Shell. And this tier 2 tower basically gonna die. Tino getting ulted by the Wind Ranger, trying to TP out. Dude, you cannot TP out there. And you're stuck in the river, but Shanks has arrived, has a blink dagger available. Will he be able to use it? He does know where the Wind Ranger is. Maybe blink up onto the high ground. Yes, he does. Lewis has arrived as well. EMP tornado, but the BKB turnaround is gonna be there. Shanks now has to get out, has wind run of his own, so he can't get right click down. Power shot though works, and homing missile. They have glimpse as well. Lewis, there's a little bit of savior friend syndrome happening right now as Execration lose 3 for nothing. It's not even a team fight that gets them. It's just pickoff after pickoff after pickoff. Daedalus gonna get that Satanic next, and once he has that, I'm sure you can just burst them down with through the BKB. Tino has arrived, gonna get the Slithering Crush, maybe Corrosive Haze as well. Tower doing a bit more damage, but he's glimpsed back underneath the tower. The Shining Storm is there. No BKB for Tino, and instead it's the leash out onto the Phoenix. Has to use the egg immediately. Okoyo getting so low, gets the kill anyway. I cannot believe how low Gyrocopter is. Maybe they buy back on the hold on a minute. That was a glimpse. Uh-oh. Chaos Knight glimpsed back into the mid lane. There's no agents, you know, they don't have the big team fight ults. It's just a matter for them of dealing in the damage, getting the pickoffs. It just means that Gyrocopter can't be the sole target for them in these engagements. But the blink's down onto the low ground. That's a bunch of heroes that you can catch out. The BKBs on top, and it'll only hit onto one hero with the Ravage. You have Anchor Smash stolen, but it's Lewis that is dead. You get the kill on the TK on the backline. BKB TP out for Tino. With no... I can't believe the Abbott survived as well. But with no Lewis, you basically trade Lewis for all of the teamfight ultimates. TK didn't get his off. But is it really that worth it at this point? I feel like if you're tied, you're okay with trading Ravage to get the kill onto the enemy mid laner and preserve Gyrocopter Aegis. He's that much closer to the butterfly as well. Chaos Knight. Can Execration onto the side. The Lotus Orb does end up falling in the EMP Blast, burning all the mana from the Gyrocopter, but Satanic does not use mana for some reason. I'm not a game dev, I'm just a guy that loves the game. Shanks with the Fate Bolt trying to negate some of the damage, but it will not be enough. That Rax is going to fall, but maybe not before Gyrocopter finds himself in a little bit of a predicament. Still has the BKB and the Aegis of Mortality if he wants to be able to use it. The BKB on the Slutter is going to pop it. The Blink forward from the Tidehunter doesn't have the Rax. They get the Shining Storm out onto the Chaos Knight. Maybe the Eclipse available, but the Sun is used. On top of the Aegis of Immortality, he gets stunned up basically immediately the moment he comes up. The BKB has the Satanic going as well. They use the Ravage, but it's actually not going to connect onto anybody. It's a whiff of a Ravage. And now Abbott, he wants to go back in. You know that he does. It's a stolen Ravage! Stolen Valor! You get the kill onto the Rubik in exchange. It's a bait. You turn around, you kill the CK. Tino onto the back line trying to get the kill onto TK. It's not going to be there. Instead, Tino, he's run down like the fish that he is. The bait was there. It's an even bigger fish. The Tidehunter on the back of the ukiyo. Now take the top tier 3 tower and they're going to go for more. Execration looking for a little bit of an angle here. They have the Sentry Ward. Ukiyo breaks his smoke. He's going up onto the high ground. He wants the Slainer Rax top. I think Execration can just give it, but no, they're going to keep him back onto the Chaos Knight. They get the Hex immediately out onto the Gyrocopter. Can they press it down? Yes, they can! They get the kill immediately onto Ukiyo. He does not buyback. The Ravage is nothing. It's basically useless. TK now getting chased down like the dog he is. Shanks continuing forward with the Blink on Lewis. Right clicks galore. And Team Bright didn't think that they had the burst. Award from Team Bright, though, that's placed pretty nicely. You have the Trickster Cloak, and now the Blink and the Ravage gonna hit onto all 5 heroes. They have their choice of targets. It's a dieback onto the Slaughter. They kill Shanks in the back as well. TP from the Phoenix, not gonna connect. It's 2 dead on the side of Execration, and Tidehunter just blinks in, gets the Ravage off, has a Refresher Orb available. In addition, they're going to kill the Roshan on the side of Team Bright. Egg and Scepter finished up onto TK as well. Down mid and just win the game. They're going to smoke up on Team Bright. Again, this Ukiyo is buying out for a Divine Rapier. Okay, guys, I want you to understand something. Okay, you guys back home. If Gyrocopter dies, this game is done, and we might find it here. The BKB coming through from the Invoker. They're trying to find the kill out on the Gyrocopter. He has the Aegis of Immortality available, but on the backline, it's the Refresher. The Phoenix Egg is popped. They don't have the ability to kill it quite immediately. And now Tino coming in. It's going to be definitely a kill out onto the Wind Ranger. Bashed up one more time. It's a dead wind with no buyback. They continue on. They get the Hex out of the Gyrocopter. The Refresher going to be available out of the Chaos Knight. He isn't going to be able to use the BKB because it is the Aghanim Scepter. The Freezing Field instantly canceled, and the Sunstrike available. Not gonna miss not gonna hit the Tidehunter. Instead, Tino up on the high ground. They get the Yule Scepter. He's gonna die. It's no buyback available on the Wind Ranger. Execration somehow hold that tier. Execration's their own word. The Blink is gonna come out, but it wets nobody. The Static Storm, the Ravage, they don't connect, and now Execration, you know they're hungry, looking for a fight. Slaughter, Wind Waker up, dodges the homing missile. Execration, they set their feet once again. You have the Ravage up once again. This time it's not going to whip. It hits out onto 4. Lewis trying to run away. Buyback immediately onto the Phoenix, but it's a dieback on the side of the Chaos Knight. The damage coming from the Ukiyo going to be way too much, and you TP on out of there if you can on Execration. They were not expecting the Refresher buyback from the Tidehunter to connect, and not only did it connect, But this gyrocopter did 12,000 damage with, I think it might have been like, they only care about these tier 4 towers. They have an Aegis of Immortality on the gyrocopter. He's going to blink forward with the Swims Blink. The attack damage is there. Lewis now comes in with the BKB. They get the Hex out onto this gyrocopter, onto the backline they go. TK, he's the target, he's the Static Storm. But again, no BKB available for the Slaughter. It's Liquid doing the damage with the Fusing Field onto the side. They got one life, I believe. They will get one life from the gyrocopter. They killed the Tide Hunter as well. The buyback's coming out from Team Bright. They want to end the game. It's a dive back onto the Slaughter. And now, again, the Flat Cannon doing so much damage. It's so much easier to, you know, get your Flat Cannon attacks when you have an Ancient to hit and Execration. They call GG. They call the game. They know there's no point defending, no point holding on. And we're going to go to a game 3 as Team Bright actually take a game off of Execration. And I think it really comes down to ukiyo with that Divine Rapier as well. Like, you can go the...
So yeah,
well,
if
3 steps, but beyond that, it's up to your teammates, and we know how reliable that is in our pubs.
yeah, it's not ideal, is it?
No. Well, you know what? This lane isn't. Oh, TK.
Speaking of not ideal, whatever it was called before.
I don't know. It's demonic summoning now.
Now it's demonic summoning, not demonic.
Yeah, it was yeah. You freaking idiot.
I know, I'm sorry.
How could you not get this? Top lane, the gyrocopter getting run down. Abbott needing a little bit of support here, but CML, the only thing he can do is help a blast off. Shanks continuing on. They get the frostbite, they get the 2 kills top. You lose gyrocopter crash, but I feel like that is kind of worth early on.
Yeah, that's not too shabby, right? Stardar's probably going to be the main playmaker for Bright, so anytime you kill off Stardar, you should be happy with it. Then clearly the devs have tried it. Right? Clearly they went, Timber saw magical damage, let's try it out. And they went, oh, this doesn't work. We need to fix it. And this was the fix they had in mind. That's not rocket science, right? Like thinking, hey, they should make it magical. That's not a hard thing to do, right? Oh, CML might have to hold that thought. Big zip.
Yeah, CML. Talk about things that are hard to do. Living on Crystal Maiden against the Storm Spirit is one of them. You had the glimpse. Actually, QE DVD, the shock group still went through, cut him in half with the help of the blast off from Techies. And now they're continuing on a little bit more. Lewis looking for that angle with the Timber Chain.
His shovel. Oh, that feels bad.
He did, yeah. No, we're definitely gonna highlight that. Just make himself feel a little bit worse. Yeah. Amplify damage room. Blast off. Getting pump fake. Shanks commits. QE DVD actually got the... Okay, that feels illegal. He did get the amplify damage room one more right click, but that's the Static Storm on top of it, trying to keep QE alive. Will not be able to. Now TK is going to chase down with the Timber Chain. That little mine, it might be little, but it does a lot of damage. Gets the kill onto TK alongside Lewis, and Execration are going full throttle. Not 1,000. So
that's true. That checks out. No, that
yeah,
checks out.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I know about numbers, it's when they're not the same. Not quite knowing when they add together well or multiply.
Yeah.
But, oh, trust me, when they're different from each other.
Black Bull has been committed onto Slardar. This is a world of pain, and he's definitely gonna die there. Lee Quinn, the target of that whirling death.
Lewis
How
is
do
on
you
a
like
roll.
your eggs?
This is so scary. How do I like my eggs? I'm an over easy fan.
Over easy fan? You think Timbersol likes his eggs over easy too? That's how that works. High breaks. Very important.
Very, very.
Oh no. Is this another black hole? Is this another dead Slaughter? I mean, Shanks pump fake once, the blast off coming onto the Slaughter. More than enough damage. No, they don't need it. And I mean, that makes this engagement even scarier. You brought TK in, or get out onto the Sword Spirit, but again, Tino on the side still has that bug hole. I'm waiting for it to land out. TK cut through from Lewis. Storm Spirit died, and this is kind of why I don't like Storm. You just kind of aren't a hero until you have 6 items.
Yeah. I mean, what Execration does there is beautiful, right? They all just...
Yeah, I experienced it for the first time in all of its glory, on the tail end of it, mind you. And Shanks, he's also on the tail end of it, has a blast off, but again, there's always the threat of glimpse, so really, are you gonna get out? They pop the range as well. Under ukiyo, where's the black hole, Tino? I guess the static storm is there. Beautiful call out from my co-caster Crash, and of course, beautiful infest from the Lifestealer.
Little net worth, or with less net worth than the cores, there's the other cores, but how do you get on top of this gyro to start doing the damage as a Lifestealer?
I'm not sure. And Lewis, he's just gonna run amok, run free, little boy. Go through the enemy team with your haste rune. They get the glimpse back, so he's kind of stuck himself a little bit into no man's land with the BKB black hole coming in. It's protected by an egg onto the 2 cores. Gonna come in at the very tail end, but not before the 2 people stuck, caught inside of the black hole. It's a net worth difference that is causing all the difference here as Execration go up onto the high ground. Lewis, he's gonna charge forward, get glimpse back, but Al, that's a big static storm onto 3 heroes. Hold on a minute, the damage is there onto 1 hero, but Lewis coming in, getting a double kill. It'll most definitely be GG on the side of Team Bright. Maybe find an angle here, but there's black hole available on Tino. I think he's the target. You have to find him on the Storm Spirit, burst him through BKB. Execration, they walk up high ground. I think they know something's up. They have Lewis Engel on the top area, and Sonar uses the BKB, can't find anything, and Lewis blinking up onto the high ground, finding Phoenix as well. It's going to be Gyrocopter in the middle with the BKB of his own. Kiwi DVD right-clicking through Shanks. He gets 1 kill, but it's Tino on the side. I'm just waiting for this black hole to come through. Black hole onto Lifestealer, maybe at some point. The freezing field comes through. They get the static storm onto the Gyrocopter. But again, Lifestealer, he's going to walk away. It's a homing missile. You kind of botched this fight a little bit on Execration, being a little bit too patient. Well, finally, you get the kill onto the Storm Spirit. Now ukiyo walking away from Lewis. He can't really man-fight that guy. But the Gyrocopter falling incredibly low. The static storm doing a lot of damage. He needs 1 more. You get hit by 1 more static storm on the Gyrocopter, you're probably going to die, and it will happen. He gets picked off, and Lifestealer is still alive. You're dancing around with the Timber Saw. Beep, beep, beep. I'm a creep. Okay, what can you do to me? Clap. Tino has the BKB, has the black hole, is going to use it for Radiance Burn, isn't going to be able to kill him. By the time the BKB hits now, ukiyo still getting cut down here by the Lewis Timber Saw. Is there a
down a hero?
Yeah, they're down a hero, and they're down a black hole. So the big team fight from Execration not going to be available. Lewis, I mean, he's pretty unkillable, but the rest of his team, we've seen that they're not. And Abat, he's caught out with the creep. They see him, they blink in immediately. Static Storm not going to be available, but they pop the egg immediately. Everybody on top of the Gyrocopter, he's going to die. CML up onto the low ground, dies as well. The egg connects beautifully, and now Team Bright, they're going to march towards the Roche pit. I know, dude. It's so bad.
Bright. This is what Execration were waiting for, right? Bright to make a move like this. They might have Aegis, but it was just a damn Roshan banner, so no cheese, no nothing like that. Kill everyone but the Lifestealer, and he's an easy double take.
It's Execration owning up this high ground. They have a beautiful ward up, scouting out the mid lane, but they don't have any way to scout this bottom lane. And Team Bright, they can't really afford to just go up high ground without vision. You see them scouting it out a little bit. CML eats the gank to start, and now they BKB black hole. And Phoenix dives in, gets caught. The static storm out onto 4 heroes, but is it going to be enough? Kiwi DVD bumps the BKB immediately, then back onto 2 heroes. The infest coming through and onto Abbott, but of course, you have nothing besides this. Agents of Immortality have been trying his best, but the sun coming in. The crashes onto the Gyrocopter are going to be more than enough, and you see the high-level plane. The harpoon and the glimpse now onto Lewis. He's caught in the middle of 4 heroes. Execration had to use the buyback. The Timber Chain not going to really connect. Double whirling blades get the kills, but Lewis will eventually fall. You did have to use a pubs with him. They're like, I'm an immortal, listen to me. And you're like, are you sure about that?
I say that all the time.
Yeah, you do say that all the time. That's why I friended you, because I thought you were good at the game.
Oh, TK now with a blink dagger as well. These static
Oh, hold on a minute. Gyrocopter gonna get zipped on here immediately. Can they get the connect field before he gets the BKB up? Yes, they can. But it's a huge 4-man black hole. Tino, he gets revenge. Hold on a minute. The egg actually stuns on 4. And Team Bright, they lose the Storm Spirit. They're gonna get the run hightail out of there. It's actually pretty good for them, all things considered. They force a Gyrocopter buyback for Disruptor. Has the ninja gear, so he'll self-smoke. Looking for an angle. The angle's found onto the Timber Saw. They use the rage onto the Lifestealer. They know that the black hole might be available. They're just trying to play around kiting out this Timber Saw, but again, He's just so tanky. He's got the Hex out onto the left field once more. Can he get the they get the black hole? Is there, but it's going to be underneath the static storm. The egg. Can they get the kill out of the gyrocopter? I don't think so. The right click coming through. It's a disarm onto the gyro. They buy back onto 2. They buy back on left field. Buy back on the storm spirit. Trying to get the kill onto the damn gyrocopter, but he's going to live through everything. Tino, black hole. Tino, God. Tino did everything for Execration. They get the kill on the lifestealer and the disruptor. And now Execration, they're going to take these 2 last racks. And Tino, with that surprise refresh, are going to have another black hole in 30 seconds. Well before Team Bright are ready to fight again. Wind Waker up. Storm Spirit, what can he do to make the play happen? Panic Satanic on the gyrocopter. Maybe one attack can get him back up to half health. But Team Bright, it's Mega Creeps knocking on their doorstep in just a few moments. What can the Slaughter do? He's basically, I mean, it's him and Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit, where's his angle? Who does he kill? I'm not sure, but it's very clear for Execration what the plan is. They want to kill the Ancient, and now the Storm Spirit forced to commit, forced to get hexed up. Instant GG called the moment he dies. Black hole into the fountain, because why not? And Team Bright lose. They have to win the next series if they want to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, it all comes down to this, huh, Play. Team Bright, they're currently 1 point behind YG.
But they need
Wow.
2